I'm at the Hazard 4 booth at SHOT Show 2016 with Philip. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm really good.
Thanks for coming back.
You bet. So you got some really great bags that I saw. Some of them are focused on photography, which is really interesting to me. Let's talk about those.
Yeah, so being a photographer, we'll do a little theme on the new photo bags that we've got coming out this year. We've always had a photo bag since the inception of the brand many years ago, and they've needed some friends to join them in different sizes and more modern configurations. So we'll start with this one that I've got on here right now. So this is a new line that we're starting that's called the Freelance line. So by that name, it sort of implies that they're made for freelancers, you know, people working by themselves, and also implying that they're using smaller gear and smaller gear sets, smaller cameras, as opposed to our older bags that were larger for larger SLRs. The new trend in mirrorless cameras from Sony and other makers is also shrinking everything, shrinking lenses, shrinking the body. So we wanted to make things that are smaller. So this bag here, this is actually the larger of them. It's called the Freelance Extra, so it's a larger size. It's I have it on my chest right now, but it's one of these sling packs that we're sort of known for that can go from the back, from the front to the back. So if you're actually having to move and don't need the camera in front of you, it goes into a sling mode, and then it has our typical stabilizer strap here, which keeps that from shifting around, especially if there's a lot of weight of glass lenses, etc. in it. And then just pops off, and there's a handle back here and here to bring the bag around, the top one being rubber. Then the bag axis itself, there's a couple of ways to do that. One is here, it flips open, and inside it's all Trico lined compartments to protect the camera and to attach these dividers for different setups of bodies and lenses and flash units and other accessories. And as usually we come out with extra pads for these later so that people can add dividers or if they lose one. And then in this case there's also a top access which can be used for other items, you know, a sandwich or some personal items that go with a photo trip out. Nice. But this section here actually also removes out, and you have full pass-through. So if you have maybe that day a larger camera with a telephoto lens or something like that, you can pass all the way through the bag, or for some reason if it's being more in a vertical orientation, that you'd be taking the camera this way and you don't want it sideways, then you would just do the standard access route. There's also another little pocket here, again for batteries, sundry things, and then these pockets here that are oriented to open either vertically, like a typical pack would be, or sideways, and they orient towards your hand, kind of go past here so that you can put pens and memory cards and lens blowers and any other items like that.
I like the little finish you have on there.
Yeah, so we have this sort of heat finished logo pattern, so that it helps to tell our bags apart from imitators or, you know, from copies. It's just an extra expensive thing to do, so most people copying bags won't go to those lengths. Now this larger bag, the Extra, has the ability also to take tablets, and fairly large tablets. So this compartment back here will actually fit up to a Surface Pro for Microsoft 3 or 4. So that's a really large 12-inch plus tablet, which can do Photoshop and all the editing things that a photographer would want. So those are really becoming popular. Something that's the size of an iPad but can actually travel. So we wanted those to work. And also we have this Trico field here where we can stick CCW holsters or extra patches or magazine holsters for M4s that we make, so that this also can become a CCW area if it isn't being used for a tablet. You wouldn't want them in there together.
Tell me about this material right here.
So we use this this quilted material in all of our compartments, whether it's a backpack or whether it's a computer bag or a camera bag like this. So it's obviously functionally it keeps dirt and things like that away from scratching equipment, because the dirt will kind of hide in there as opposed to scratching in like a shiny material, and it just kind of wipes fingerprints off. And thematically it also just looks like the inside of cockpits in the military aircraft, just for sort of a fashion touch, but its primarily mission is also to pad being quilted like that. And it's found, it's kind of a unique thing. We have most tactical brands their backpacks usually don't have any provisions for modern electronics, as if they didn't exist. And we've been doing this for years, and we hear from soldiers in Afghanistan or wherever they're deployed that they have even their own personal computers to do emails or to do whatever it is people do in their spare time, right up to operational things that they need them for. And any brands that maybe have some provisions for electronics, they tend to just sort of have a basic compartment. It's not padded, or it's just sort of not fuzzy like that. So right from the beginning, we always wanted, even if the bags look very tactical with the Cordura and with the Molly, internally they're very soft and very high-end in that way. So that's something that's unique to us.
Very nice.
And just to finish off with this bag back here, we've got these padded sort of breathable
nice
meshes, and then same with the strap. And the strap is very comfortable. You can move around this retainer on all of our bags, depending on your body size, or if you don't want it, it just unvelcros and comes off.
Oh, good.
Also gives you another manager for if you have some sort of hydration or wires coming through here. This one does that too. All of our packs and slings have this, and if you don't want this retainer, it doesn't mess with your Molly. The Molly just goes right over it, or you actually use it as a lash point, and that comes down to our locking buckles so that the bag can't fall off, but it can be dropped quickly in an emergency.
Oh, I like that.
If it's heavier, if you're falling to water or something.
You don't need two hands to unbuckle it.
No.
That's my problem with some of the other security buckles that I've seen. I kind of feel like I need both hands to get it unbuckled.
There's a little button to push. You have to kind of have three hands to do it.
Right.
Especially if you're maybe holding on for dear life to a boat or something, and you have to ditch this.
Right.
You can't be using two hands.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Or just for convenience.
Sure.
So this is the Freelance Extra from Hazard 4, and this is going to be coming in the late spring of this year of 2016. And then if we pan over this way, this is the same model designation. It's also Freelance, but this is a smaller version. So this is the Extra, and this is the regular. So this is wider, has more Molly here. This one's smaller. And for a lot of people, this might be the main one, really, but it won't take as large a tablet. So if someone does want to take a Surface Pro, they'll have to go with this one. If they want to use maybe an iPad mini or some kind of a Kindle device or something of that nature, or maybe a monitor. A lot of SLR photographers, videographers, you've got recorders or monitors that are usually a 7-inch setup, like a Ninja or from a Tomos or any of those kind of units. That'll hold that really well. So if you've got a monitor that's going onto an SLR, it'll go in the back there. Well, the rest is really similar to this bag here.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then just in keeping in the photo theme, we wanted to do a gamut of styles and more of the unusual sort of setups that we have. So this one here is called the Polygon, just named sort of after its shape. And this is a smaller bag. It's sort of a little bit similar to our Watson or Holmes slings, but those are just a soft bag for general items, whereas this is actually a camera bag that's stiff, and it's completely outfitted for camera work. The strap is really similar to what we just saw on the Freelances, has all the same features, but it just serves a smaller bag, so it's a little bit different length. But this bag here sits more low on the body in the lumbar area, a little bit closer to like a typical camera bag size. So it opens here, and there's dividers also for this one, like
like we have on the other ones,
photo bag, right? They've just been taken by somebody.
Sure.
And then you have the ability also just to open a portion of that from either side, because you have two zippers. So if you don't need that whole thing flapping open,
nice.
in the rain or something, you want to keep that a little bit more discreet. So you have that, and also Molly pockets can be lined up over here to add. We have lens pouches somewhere that can attach. We have 3 different sizes that cover most things, from little mirrorless or little pancake lenses up to almost medium-sized telephoto lenses that would attach here. And then on this side, there's a small pocket that would be for a flash unit or for large battery sets. And there's a rain cover.
Oh, nice.
And in the front, there's a Molly field with Velcro, again for adding small pouches for flashlights or whatever. Or it's actually quite stiff, so you could hang maybe even lenses off of here in pouches. And then there's a big fold-down area here for more organization for pens and memory cards and photo-related things. And then just extra handles to caddy it around. And then this one here as well on the back has ability to take smaller tablets or camera monitors or LCD recorders and that kind of thing. Or again, for CCW. You know, if it's a Word correspondent, which some of our customers are, this could be probably up to SIG 226 or something that size in one of our holsters. And the camera in here. And then more pouches. One more here.
Oh, great.
For smaller items.
Cell phone or something.
Cell phone that fits most cell phones. And again, more MOLLE in the front. So an extra like water bottle pouch, cell phone pouch, or radio or lens pouch could be on the front, and same with the locking buckles and the adjustable strap. And we're actually coming out soon with an adapter that replaces this pull piece, and it actually has a 1/4-20 screw base on it, so that you could put a camera and screw it in, and then this strap itself with the nice padding would actually have your
camera
here. So that's something to watch for. Maybe in the coming this year.
That is brilliant.
Pull adapter. That's actually going to be a retrograde fit to any of the bags that we've had out for the last 6 years in the photo line, and that'll go onto any of these slings. Just pops on, and you'll be able to screw your camera on. Or if you have a quick release plate, like any of the quick release plates that also mount with a 1/4-20 screw, the camera could come on and off of that and go freehand or go to another strap system and back onto the bag. So that'll probably like $15-20 and a nice addition.
I love it. I love it. That's some great camera gear. Thank you for showing that off today. I'm really excited about the camera gear and other stuff we see from Hazard 4. You can check them out at hazard4.com. We're at SHOT Show 2016. Thanks for watching.